What's up, you guys? Welcome to Top Talk TV, where everything comes off the top. Today we're going to go ahead and review Dolemite, the new Dolemite with Eddie Murphy that just came out, I want to say over the weekend or last couple of days on Netflix. Please feel free to check that out and let us know what you think. So I'm going to hand it over to my brother Troy so he can give us a good comparison about the original Dolemite with compared to today's Dolemite. Troy, take it over, man.
I think Eddie Murphy and the cast and crew did as decent a job as they could with it. I like all the actors in it and everything, but I think it was like a watered down version of Rudy Ray Moore's Dolemite, but they was just trying to tell the story.
Why do you say watered down?
Because Eddie didn't get really as wild as Rudy Ray Moore does when he portrays the character of Dolemite, because Dolemite is a character that Rudy Ray Moore made up. So it's like Eddie Murphy did a good job of portraying his struggle trying to get on as far as getting into the entertainment business, as far as singing, comedy, and then eventually movies. But it was decent. I probably need to watch it again to kind of get an essence of where Eddie and the crew were trying to go for this Netflix movie. But I was like a kid when the real Rudy Ray Moore, Dolemite, Petey Wheatstraw, Human Tornado, all those movies that Rudy Ray Moore did. I was a kid when those things came out, and they were like more fun, action, inner city comedies back then. We didn't really take them like as some serious movie like Shaft or Superfly or Bucktown. We didn't take them as serious as those movies. They were just a fun Saturday movie. Your mom give you 35 cents to go to the movies, or 50 cents to go to the movies. You go to the movies and get your popcorn, and y'all sit in there all day just watching movies. But I do think Eddie Murphy tried to portray it a certain way, and it was all right for those of people that don't really know Rudy Ray Moore and what the whole thing that he was trying to achieve. But those of us of the older age who know who Rudy Ray Moore is, know his characters, Petey Wheatstraw and Dolemite and all them, Dolemite being the most famous character that he plays, and his comedy albums and all that, they do lay out all the lineage of how all that stuff came out. But to me, it wasn't as over the top as the way Rudy Ray Moore portrays Dolemite. So I do want people to watch the Netflix special, especially you new people, and even the older cats like my age and older females that's my age, to kind of watch it and compare it to the movies you have, or if you still have them at home. I have the whole collection of all the Dolemite movies at home.
So that's what I want to ask you, bro. Like, what should we look for as an audience in terms of like the differences in the black exploitation movies? Because I feel like it was certainly black exploitation back in the day when the first Dolemite came out, but then now I feel like it was kind of more focused on Moore's drive to create the lifestyle that he wanted, and then to use the crew that was helping him with his dreams help achieve their dreams. And I kind of like how they depicted it that way, but no, period. I like how they depicted it that way. At the same time, I feel like there was a bit of history that was missing in his journey because it was more modern day Hollywood. So what should we be taking away from this as an audience when we compare the two movies, if we go back and check that out?
I think the Netflix movie of Dolemite that Eddie Murphy did is a 2019 version of trying to tell what the 70s were like. And when you look at things from a now point of view, trying to look back, you kind of miss some things. Yeah, you can get the clothes, the cars, and the way people talked and all that stuff out of this, but it's not the same as actually watching those movies and getting a good laugh at how Rudy Ray Moore and the other actors in those movies could not really act. And stunts was really not that good stunts. And
Uh-huh.
even as a kid, we knew this was BS because we saw like Bruce Lee movies, or we watched like Jim Kelly and Black Bill Jones and all those other movies, and those fight scenes and whatnot looked way more professional than anything Rudy Ray
Right.
Moore ever did.
Right.
But Rudy Ray Moore found, I guess you could call it a cult following of people that knew the movies were not A plus, and I can even say they're not even B movies, you know. But we held them close to our heart because he was trying and doing his best, and it was funny to us. It was really funny to us, and to watch how he did it on his own. So that's the only comparison I can say that I see from a 2019 version trying to go back and play how Rudy Ray Moore was, but not quite getting it. For me, not quite getting it. But
And see, that's what I saw too, bro. For me, it was kind of like, when I looked at it, at first I thought, this is funny as hell, this is comedic as hell, but why are they making those connecting hits? And then I actually went back and watched some of the old Dolemite, and I totally got why. But to me, it was cheesy, but not cheesy because of the time. Like to me, the movies of that time wasn't super clean cut, wasn't super spectacular because of the imaging, the picture, the way the picture looked, and you know the delay times for certain actors, actresses. Certain kind of cultures,
Stunts
like
and
stunts and things like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like this modern version went hand in hand, but because we're in modern times, it still kind of threw me off. So when brother made that connection for me, I was like, okay, I totally get why Eddie Murphy's not making those connections, and he's not really kicking his leg up like he's doing a karate kick, or he's not doing a chop like he's doing a Bruce Lee karate chop. And then what also threw me off too, you guys, was back in the day, you know, when you watch the Asian flicks, the voices caught up to
the voiceovers,
the voiceovers caught up to the language and the actions later. And in this particular series in 2019 is actually the opposite. So the actions are right there, but the voices are no, sorry, the voices are there. Excuse me. But the actions are delayed this time. So in the Asian flicks, you're like, karate, chop, chop, hit, hit, you know, duck, fight, whatever, jump, and then the voice kicks in later. But now with this particular 2019 Dolemite, it was like the voices are here on point, but then the actions are delayed. Chop, 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 then the person falls. So it kind of threw me off, but it was also
a good
entertaining.
observation here. If you want to watch a movie that was done in a more modern time that better reflects how the 70s blaxploitation movies are, go see the live version of Michael Jai White's Black Dynamite. They mix all the black exploitation movies of the 70s, and I think they did it great. Now, if
what's his name again, brother? I'm sorry.
Michael Jai White, he played Spawn. He played in movies like Why Should I Get Married? I think he was in those movies and stuff like that. But mostly you probably know him as Spawn or like Universal Soldier. He's like a black guy that actually does martial arts. So, but Black Dynamite is the best depiction of how 70s movies used to be, where you'll see a scene going on. Next thing you know, you can see the boom mic that's catching all the recordings. You see it in the shot, so it's like great.
And brother, do you think that Netflix is just simply echoing black exploitation movies because they're hitting the rerun button on the film and just doing it in a modern version, or are they trying to showcase and establish the influence of black folks during a time where they were struggling to make movies, where they had to fight harder to make movies, regardless if it was black exploitation, spy, historical, slave movies, all kind of stuff? What's your perspective on that?
I think Netflix is trying to catch a buck in eyeballs anywhere they can. So wherever they see might be an audience for X, Y, and Z, Netflix is going to put that whole money out there for these actors to come in and do it. Like right now, comedy is a big thing for Netflix, and now they're getting more into movies, dramas, and all that other kind of stuff too. Over the last 3 to 4 years, they've been doing that. But mostly comedies is the kick for Netflix, and for them to, because Eddie Murphy's been trying to do this Dolemite movie for a long time, and probably if he had like a studio budget for like big screen, even though this probably will be shown on the big screen too, they probably would have did something different. But Netflix, yeah, they're trying to hit as many audiences as they can, and you can't really fault them for that.
Right.
You know,
because I mean, all these channels have remade shows,
Yep.
sitcoms, movies,
Yep.
game shows over 20+ years. So
Yep.
they're just taking a cue from the book that they've
yeah,
learned
a
from.
formula that they know works.
Okay, and
They're
what
trying
I
to
do like
update
though
it.
is that they're kind of still doing a little more original twist by refocusing the energy not on the character itself and their significance within that time. What I'm receiving it, how I'm choosing to receive that. So.
And I think Eddie Murphy did a good job. I just wish he would have, instead of just telling Rudy Ray Moore's story, played, because Eddie Murphy can, we all know he can act. And I think he could have did how Rudy Ray Moore over the top his characters in this movie. I thought Eddie could have over the top did a little bit more in this movie. It's not a bad Netflix movie at all. I just, with Eddie Murphy starring in it, I would expect a little bit more is all I'm saying.
Okay.
I do not dislike it though.
And I personally enjoyed it because for me it focused on the journey of Rudy Ray Moore and how he was developing his character Dolemite and his struggle from trying to make it from nothing into something, even being shitted on as a young man from Arkansas by his dad, my stepfather, not his dad, and how he left to come out with his friends that he now cultivated, and how he helped other black people get on. You know, when he helped, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Not Honey Bee Chick, Queen Bee. How he helped Queen Bee get on stage. I can't remember her name before Queen Bee, but and how he just brought he used the resources of other people to bring his community together to get that going. So that's the perspective that I liked. But yeah, you guys, so please, when you get a chance, check that out. Check out the old Dolemite.
Yes.
Follow up with the new Dolemite so that you can see the comparisons and how they refocus the energy on this man, just not as a person and as he helped his community while going through the exploitation avenues and the people that were in his corner, the Italian dudes that helped him
They
out.
wanted to just make money.
They did, but they let him do what he was doing,
it was
and
selling.
they were very realistic with him.
Selling.
That's what I appreciated, the way they depicted that in this Netflix film. They weren't playing games with him. They
One
were very
other
direct.
thing, like back in those days, Red Fox, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Lenny Bruce, they all had these X-rated albums that only adults could listen to and whatnot. And Rudy Ray Moore found out I can do that too with this character. I can make these records, and a lot of people didn't want to, stock those kind of style records for adults only. And it's a popular genre. I have tons of those records at home right now that my mom and uncles used to own before they passed away. I scooped up their record collections. And so, yeah.
I mean, you guys check out the old and the new films. Let us know in the comments below the different things that you were doing as a child.
Yeah.
If you could relate to that when you were listening to
And
the comedy
if you're
on the
older,
records.
bring like a younger person and have them sit down and watch some of your 70s movies if you have them.
Idea.
And whatever questions they have, you can answer them for them.
And please link us in the comments below again so that we can follow with you all and bring this conversation together, because I think it's really good to bring the old or combine the old with the new so we can understand the history of where black folks came from and where people came from and where we are now.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in and joining us at Top Talk TV. Don't forget, again, to like, subscribe, and comment below. Peace.
Peace.